Hey guys, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. As you can see by the beautiful Peterbilt 389, we have the heavy haul DLC. We were just talking about it on TeamSpeak the last few days with certain YouTubers doing videos on it. I kind of had the hunch that it's going to be available. Here it is. So let's hit drive and get into the game. We have got, I believe it is the military looking crane cargo container lifter thing. I think it's one of the big trailers, so that'll be interesting. It's one that's got multi-articulator points. This is the stock trailer. Unfortunately, my modded Peterbilt 389 does not have all the good stuff. So you can see we now have beacons in the game. It has taken SES that long to get beacons in the game. There they are. Interesting. And the flags. The flags are independent, which is kind of cool. You can see it's going different directions because of the wind. Now if I accelerate forward, they'll stream backwards. Now I don't know if this was part of the flags they had in ETS, where you could put the different nationalities of flags up on your truck windows. I never had that. Well, honestly, I don't know if I even purchased that DLC. So I don't know if that was a thing. So we've got the truck kitted out, as you may or may not should do. I don't know. Truly, really don't know too much about the heavy haul industry in the States, nor do I know about it in the UK. I just know what I've seen in the past. So we've put the flags on and the heavy haul banner and the beacons just to show it off, really. Now, you may see some lag and I need to adjust my brakes. I took out the physics mod I was using just because I thought it would probably cause some issues. And I can't say whether it did or did not. We got rid of it because I could. We are still using most of the other mods that we've got out there. This is the Project West. I used to use Going East and Coast to Coast. This is hands down probably one of the best ones. It's not adding areas that shouldn't be in the game right now. It's just generally good. So we are going all the way from Barstow down to Stockton. It's going to be a good trip. I think this is the heavy haul or multi pivot point aspect. So here's the truck. We do have 3 axles, so 1, 2, 3. 2 are powered, the 2 end ones. And it's kitted out for heavy haul. We have got one of the best engines I could put into this. I had to knock this truck together relatively quickly. It's a 600 horsepower Cummins engine. So no Caterpillar or anything very unusual for me. Uneven terrain. Interesting. What do they have planned? Alright, we'll continue because we can take it. It is kitted out somewhat for that. And I do believe I don't have the advanced coupling hooked up because of some mods I was using recently. I'm not too sure what I think about the beacons. Don't know if I really care for them, actually. I've got to adjust a lot of stuff here. I just got done streaming, so if you are watching this, and all of my devices are going off, so let me pause and sort that out. Alright, the truck ended up rolling back while I was moving all my devices away from my desk. Go figure. So we'll get all backed up into this. So here is the trailer. Now, what I started to say before all the devices went off was I just got done streaming Oxygen David's entry for the mod competition. Had a huge turnout there, probably one of the best streams I've had for, well, honestly, quite some time, unfortunately. The streams, I'm used to them, well, I was used to them being really busy. I miss those days, I truly do. So we can see we have one pivot point being on the truck itself, a second pivot point being a little mini trailer. So technically we are hauling 2 trailers right now, or a dolly and a trailer. Then the trailer itself, which we've had this trailer in game for many months, years, whatever you want to say. And then we have another pivot point at the back. I have never personally seen a trailer like this in real life with an extra dolly out the back. I don't see how much weight would be transferred through one single pin like that in realistically terms. Maybe it's for oversized cargo stuff like that. This I could understand. The US does have some weird and wonderful laws with their weight distribution with their transport trucks, it will be said. And of course we've got the flags on the front, as I've shown you, and the flags on the rear that act exactly the same. So let's get going now. With this trailer, it turns weird. Squirrel mentioned it in his video, so you'll see. You've turned wide, but it'll cut in. You've got to turn extremely wide. The traffic doesn't cope with that yet. At all. It really doesn't. I hope SCS adjusts the traffic to yield. If say you have beacons on, for example, the traffic will hang back a lot further than they would normally would. Maybe an idea there. So I don't know how long this will take. We may end up pausing and skipping through. We may end up rolling all the way through. I don't know. Looks like we may get a bit of rain. I do have the hazards on because I've used that as a little trick in the past. But rule of thumb is reversing is a complete and utter pain in the rear end. That rear dolly trailer on the far back, I don't know if you can really counteract that in time before it will jackknife. I have played around with that a little off camera once. But general driving in a straight line, or turns, it's fairly simple. You've just got to go extremely wide, and if you remember to do that, you'll be fine. It's actually fairly intuitive, I found. So as we're waiting for traffic, I'm going to quickly pause the recording and sort out my braking, because I can just breathe on the brake pedal and it will stop because of that physics mod being removed. Alrighty, we have now adjusted the brakes. Hopefully it'll be okay. So you'll see me kick over that way. And this is exactly what I mean. I may have touched that vehicle back there, but the traffic just hangs too far forward. There's nothing you can do about it. Now you just need to be aggressive. I'll put the hazards on again. So we can make nice wide sweeping turns. And even then, you've got the car cutting up on the inside there. Stuff real life traffic? Yes, it probably would. Again, I am using traffic mods, so I've got to give a lot of leeway there. I've not got the truest SES traffic. That may have some effect on whether they've tuned it or not. Of course, Squirrel was the one I watched do any videos on this, and he had a pre-release version, so it could be different. So I may take that out and see if it acts any different later down the line, or maybe you guys can say if you've got this. It seems like you do need to purchase the DLC again if you've got it for Euro Truck and ATS. It doesn't bother me. SES is a company that I've always said I will try and support, and quite happy to support as much as possible. And I've got many hours out of this game, sort of enjoyment, so I'm more than happy to do that. I must say, this Cummins engine is very quiet. Not used to something this quiet in game. My modded 389 uses Kirchenbaum's exhaust sounds, and well, definitely a lot louder. So it looks like it's overcast today. Probably going to end up raining. I have eyes on. There we go. Light up the area. I believe we've still got the beacons on. So even when you get lanes like this splitting into just a normal 2-lane road, you're going to have to be aggressive with the traffic. Again, I'm using the realistic traffic mod, and personally I drive to how I would in real life if I was even in a semi-truck. I would be being very aggressive in as far as splitting the lanes down into one myself to block traffic, trying to cut up in the inside and cause accidents. I have seen some truck driver YouTubers I've watched in the past. A renegade trucker. He's got into an accident where a car's done exactly the same thing. He's positioned himself to kind of try and block that lane. Car's gone up the inside and tried to turn with him as he's turning. Now he was doing heavy haulage as well, and the trailer hit the front of the car, and it was completely the other driver's fault. He positioned himself correctly and he had dash cameras, and the cop saw that, and well, the cop, yeah, said what was needed to say to the other driver, and I think they got the ticket. He was free to go, obviously. Oh, that's neat. Police bike there, no policeman though. Interesting. So the truck here, as I think I've said, is a 600 horsepower Cummins. I believe it's around 2,000 torque, which isn't a great deal, but the next engine up, which I couldn't see, I'm not that level yet, I don't think it's probably much more. So it seems to be doing good. This is one of the heaviest cargoes. This is, what's the weight of this? This is a lift truck, 52 tons. So probably combined weight of, let's say a ballpark of 66 tons. We'll probably have to go through a weighbridge at some point in this trip. So if you guys are going to have a good weekend, I'm not too sure what's going to happen this weekend for myself. I think we'll probably end up... Oh, give her, buddy. Give her. Jeez. The old Mustang ripping and roaring away. I think we are doing some... Well, there, just as Uncle is doing some landscaping work. Or doing their driveway or whatever. Or something along those lines, I'm not too sure. All I know is there is a skid steer involved, so hopefully I get to have a play. I let those cars come onto the highway there. Unfortunately, they stop on the junctions or the on-ramps. I don't get why they do that. So we're now in cruise control. And I may have to go over again. So I've swapped the gearbox into the... Is the cruise control enabled? Should be. Yeah, it is. 55 mile an hour. Actually, we'll bump it up to like 65. Because doing this, going up the hills, we're going to need as much power as possible. So let's get an outside look at this. It does look real cool. No, I am really disappointed. When I saw Squirrel's video, I was very disappointed at the fact that they have not given us heavy haul chassis type trucks. If you watch or have seen any American heavy haul truck, they have a third axle. I don't think they're driven, I think it's just a tag axle, but they have one. I was very, very disappointed, and this is the first time I can actually say this about SAS. Very disappointed to not see that option in the heavy haul pack. All it takes is to extend the chassis, maybe make a fuel tank smaller, probably not, just extend the chassis, the American trucks are big anyway, and dump a second axle there. Doesn't need to be steer, doesn't need to have duals. Some of them have duals, some of them are steers. I just hope the Peterbilt 389, the one that I've always used, it's on the SES forum, does get an update at some point to be able to put the wide load flag on, well, the long load, should I say, and the flags on, and the beacons, the correct beacons. Otherwise that will be very disappointing. Now, we need to tone it down a bit here. I'm overspeeding quite a bit. There we go. Use the retarder. I should put the Jake brake on as well. That'll help. Let's go for another outside view. And once we've got a bit of this traffic cleared. Actually, right. Get that cargo. Go, 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 go. There. Wrong button. There. And let's go into photo mode. And we'll pause right here. And we're back in the truck. Thumbnail was taken successfully. So hopefully that comes out quite nicely. I'm not too sure. I may want to bleed a bit more speed down. Yeah, we're coming into a town, which I don't think we've been in yet. As a matter of fact, we'll just kill the cruise control and coast on him. We've got about 233 miles left of our trip. I don't think that we have any heavy haul paint schemes yet neither for these trucks, so I may end up looking for some skins at a later date. Or if any of you guys that are out there that know how to do them, I want to whip something together which is a realistic one. hit me up and let me know. So it's something I wouldn't mind adding at some point. Even for Euro Truck Sim, I looked at doing my own, and a lot of you said, oh yeah, do your own. It's not something that I can whip together easily. It's a lot more complicated than, say, Farm Sim is for reskinning, so I don't know if I will do anything like that yet. Looks like we're going to be waiting a while again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I love how the flags just wave in the wind, though. Like the dynamic stuff there. Why are the horns going when the lights are red? Yeah, not the only one. Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. City horn. I don't get that. I've noticed the traffic's been doing that recently. I don't know if it's a little issue in a mod or something, or what the deal is. But they're hooting and hollering at a red light. It's an inanimate object. It's not changing anytime soon. Are you seriously not going to give me that dealership? Wow. Tough crowd. Well, coming through Bakersfield here. Actually did a delivery here today when I first found out the heavy haul pack was out. I looked on Facebook, scrolling through, I got up late. I had to whip together the thumbnail for Wednesday's video real quick. And then was kind of looking around on different stuff, not realising what the time was. And before I knew it, it was getting very close to me having to live stream. So I whipped together a thumbnail for that, which I think came out fairly nicely. It was kind of what I wanted to... The aim I was going for. What are you beeping about? Jeez. I'll join in. Why not? We got that all done. There we go. That's weird. Why do they beep? But yeah, at the end of the day, I literally got nothing done again. So I am now, as soon as I got done streaming, I was setting up this video while I jumped in TeamSpeak quick to say hello to the guys. I've not been in there too much, hopefully I can jump back in at some point. I'm going to need to get aggressive here as well. That's what I mean, you just got to be really aggressive on this DLC. Wow, that Jake brake's quiet. Don't know if I like that too much. Sort of a type of Jake brake you could get away with using in the city. Whisper quiet. Power! It's weird, I've put the automatic transmission stuff into... Ooh, our fuel's getting low too. Into the power setting. All it does is it keeps you in lower gears if you full throttle. Well, no. Should I say, it keeps you in a lower gear, but it keeps you at a higher RPM. Well, surely the trick is to keep it in the power band. Seriously, bud? Ah, you watch that trailer in that mirror there. Definitely a lot weirder turning. That's just the way I play this game. I don't like stopping on the on-ramps. I think it's wrong. The game still does it. Always has done. So I just motor on down. If I have to use the hard shoulder, I will. We've got 5 hours of the trip remaining. Let's actually pull up some details of this trip. Next stop is in 8 hours, remains 10. So we can't sleep, I don't think. Got to look for those. I've noticed a few. I got caught out with the last trip I did off camera, where I needed to sleep and I slept and I got a late charge, which knocked out quite a considerable amount of money off of it. It was actually quite a profitable trip. And this is quite a genuine profile. I don't think I've ever put money into it, or a stupid amount of money to get anywhere. So Money is a little tight. It doesn't seem like it is. You got 331k, but you want to have fun in the game. You want to expand and do different stuff, and I've heard of the money in the great scheme of things. So I've got this truck that I actually drive. I've got the Scout that you guys have seen, the old classic one, that I may get rid of. I don't know. I don't want to. I like using that little truck from time to time. What's the speed limit? 55 miles an hour. And we're doing 60 miles an hour. Oh well. Usually I try and stick to the limits, but... Oh. Hello, Cuphead. We'll go 5 over. Well, actually a little over 5. We'll slow it down to 5 over and we should be okay. There we go, 60 miles an hour. Set the cruise in for that. Now this sound pack that I'm using, it's the same one that you use in ETS, and ATS is basically a joint mod. I like those ones. Definitely adds a lot to the game. Road traffic noises and motorbikes going by, or even some of the Mustangs going by. Some more throatier and nicer. Generally a nice pack. Had a few people recently when I've been doing ETS and ATS videos asking, can I do a mod spreadsheets for both? Honestly, so many of these mods are coming from the mods workshop, the mod workshop on Steam. Just look there, guys. I don't think I need to do a spreadsheet. Any traffic or trailer packs are typically Jazzy Pack or Jazzy Cats stuff, especially on Euro Truck Sim. All of his trailers that you see, all of the trailers you see there are his, traffic, everything like that. Pro mods, which is very easy to find. And as far as trucks, I don't use that many trucks that are mods nowadays neither. I'm sticking to a lot of the stock stuff, or at least ones that are on the mod workshop, including my Peterbilt 389 that I always typically use. That's on the mod workshop as well. Gonna get over here, and as a Harley Davidson goes by in real life. No, that was a fairly quiet one. I think I'm gaining on this traffic, so I'm gonna stick in this lane. Hopefully that car boogers on, the Prius. Typical, I was expecting that one to do it. Just so I can get past this transport truck. I think it's actually doing the limit, or it's turning off. Nope. Must be doing the limit. Not I Speedy Gonzales. Now the way they've done the parking for the trailers is different. You basically drive into them, but they make them complicated enough where if you don't get it right, you're probably going to end up reversing. You end up reversing, you're screwed. But you can always opt out of parking it at any time when you start doing that and you screw up, which may happen on the video. Who knows? Who knows? We are needing some diesel quite rapidly too. Let's see, what, 3.9 mpg? We've got the cruise control on too, so we're in 18th, cruising along. So our next off-ramp or rest area will be taken. Got 128 miles left, and how much do we have left in the tank? 235 miles left in the tank. We could do it on this one tank, but I'm probably a little uncomfortable doing that. It is a beautiful day outside too. IRL, not so much here though. Definitely overcast. Look at all the traffic. Wow, move behind me, people. U-Haul too. What are they following? Definitely a huge trailer. I like the fact they've added this though. Definitely got some critiques with it. No trailer chassis or anything like that. But the fact they've added multi-point coupling, well not coupling, but pivot points, is huge to the game. A lot of people are probably going to mention it. But just huge to Truck Simulator in general. I called it Truck Simulator. Euro Truck Sim, ATS. It's Truck Simulator. We're going to get double trailers. Whether it's rigid bodies for Euro Truck Sim or B-trains for American Truck Sim. I cannot wait to see that in the game. Hopefully, we'll see it soon. Modders will probably add that very, very soon. And I hope they do it in a way where you don't have to back them up, or you have the option to do the easy parking like these trailers here. Because for people that don't know how to back double trailers up, which even I don't, Farm Sim is a different story for probably this game. It's a different ball game. And this, you've technically got 3 pivot points on this truck. You've got the truck's 5th wheel, then you've got the dolly 5th wheel, then you've got the couple of axles at the back. That's on its own pivot point. Moving over. Oh, that was a good move actually on my part there. But will it brake at the end? No, it did merge on. Beautiful. That's how it's supposed to work. That's why you move over. Now, are you either going to accelerate or brake and go back so I can move over? Because I can't quite tell if you're far back. You are. Good. Running my back door, but you're there. And we've seen no fuel stops neither. Weird. Not sure how I feel about that too much. So after I've done this video, I've got to go and grab a shower because I believe we are heading out. And just wants to go to the dollar store. Probably get a more crap for her classroom. Kids that she's teaching, because if any of you don't know or know, she is a teacher. So I'll have a shower, have a coffee probably, as I knock my empty coffee mug over. That's the thing, the mic's on the desk so you guys hear every little thing that I do on the desk. Which is annoying. I'm going to definitely look into seeing how much getting a mic boom is. Hopefully it's not too bad. Is that U-Haul that was behind us earlier? 55 miles left. Miles left, and how much is in our tank? Oh, 170. Oh, we're good. We got enough fuel. I didn't realise how much fuel this truck had in it. This is like my personal truck. That's a stock truck. I always like in my fleet. I don't know if you guys like it as well. Yes, I have my modded truck that I use, the Peterbilt 389, but also I like having a stock SES truck in case there's an update that screws it up. These is one of my favourite American trucks. Always love these. So it's the one I rather have if I'm going to have a stock one. I keep that one back. I won't put a hired worker or anything in this one anytime soon. And as for the Scout is, well, it's just the Scout really. It's a type of truck which I would say would be used for running around shore hops. Got anything on that on ramp? No, yeah, but you're going to cut up the inside, aren't you? Yep. No, you're going to hang back and there was a car on there. We'll come over them. I don't get when they do that. And this is a wide trailer, so it strays a little into the lane. You're running out of fuel, Tommy, so I don't know. Oh, nice little classic car there. Get off the rumble strips, jeez. Very grey and miserable day in this. And why are we doing 55 miles an hour when the cruise is set for 60? That's weird. Does this all of a sudden have adaptive cruise? Because we're not going uphill neither. Interesting. I would have thought that would have dropped down, unless it's just trying to be economical now, which, yeah, I'm kind of thankful for. So if we bump it down to 55, what will it do? Stockton, we've got 5 miles remaining. Jake brake is engaged. We've got fuel on the left there. Hey. I think we should be good. You're gonna let me over, right? Yep, good. Kind of giving you no choice then either. Right, resting on the E almost. Won't take us many seconds to go around and grab some. Yeah, I think I've got the brakes kind of where I like them. I like it in the game where it gives you the feel of, yeah, you're driving something fairly heavy, but not too much where you're kind of screwed if you... Sorry, will you stop with the beeping? They're beeping at me when I'm stopped. For whatever reason. I think it's a bug in the game where they don't see how long this trailer is. And they think I should be going, but they can't go forward because of the collision of the trailers there. Okay, everything got held up there. This is going to work out nice. I'm going to take up these lanes and go into first person again. Don't want them coming up on the inside there. I need to cut out into the outside. Oh, actually, we've got a turn lane. That's okay. In that case, I can just kind of do this. Now, we get the advance too, don't we? Which is now. This is going to be interesting. So again, you can watch the pivot points in action there. Oh, that was my fault completely. Actually, no, that's part and parcel. You were going to turn on the right, weren't you? I think that's what it was about to do. Okay, like I was saying, pivot points. Yay, pivot points. Why do I always have to crash right at the end like that? That annoys me. Ugh. No, my luck will probably run out of fuel just as they're coming in here too. So we are going to be parking on the left there. You can see the new little spots I've added in. So we'll switch off our indicator, put our hazards on as well. So if you walk it in this way, from what I've seen, you stay close to this and what I've done as well. Now I don't know what's adding this in, but you notice that says cat. Right there very clearly says cat. I don't know what mod I'm using that says that, or has that in. Maybe it's a SES hint. I noticed it in Squirrel's video too, and I don't think he was using anything unusual too. Maybe SES did a boo-boo and forgot to take a trademark off, I don't know. Beacons off, engine off, hazards off, hit T, and we are done with this mammoth trailer. So how much did we get for it? 26k, not bad, and it wasn't a long trip neither. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, catch you guys later. See ya.